Yo, good morning. This is your coach friends. How you guys doing? So I got a 30-point bump on my credit score. I'm going to tell you how in just a minute. First, I want to thank everybody who's a member of my Patreon. Thank you for supporting me in that way. And everybody who's subscribed. Now, if you are a subscriber, I want you to go ahead and hit, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Because when we hit 3,000 subscribers, we're going to have a giveaway. I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to have a giveaway. Something, I don't know. It'll surprise me just as much as it's going to surprise you. So hit that subscribe button. Now, how did I get a 30-point bump on my credit score? Before I tell you that, I'm going to make you wait a minute. Before I tell you that, let me talk about the mentality of people. Let me talk about the fact that only 1% of the people listening to this video will actually do what I'm about to tell you to do. How do I know only 1%? Have I read that in a book? Sure. Have I heard other motivational speakers and inspirational speakers and instructors talk about that? Sure, I have. But unlike most people, I don't just talk about things. I experiment for myself. I go and get the information for myself. I go see it for myself. I have to know for myself. I don't just take someone's word for something. Just like I always tell you guys, don't take my word for it. Go research it, go find it for yourself. So I did an experiment about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, to prove that only 1% of people will actually follow through with something that's beneficial to them, I did a video called How to Join the 740 Credit Score Club. I might put it in the description down here. But I did a video, had a ton of information, about 45 minutes long, ton of information about how credit works and how you can work your score. At the end of that video, I promised to send anybody who email me this 609 letter, a letter that can get about 80 to 90% of the things eliminated off your credit. And then there's a process. If it doesn't get off, there's another process you follow after that, and another after that, and another after that, so that you can clear your credit score. I said in the video that I was only going to give it out for so long, that one day I'm going to stop giving it out. I did a follow-up video a year later saying that I'm only going to give it out until October of 2017. So I did this video. These two videos combined has about 9,000 views, maybe 10. I don't know. Somewhere around in there. Depending upon what time you're watching this video, have even more. Now, I've gotten hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably about 800-900 people who sent me a request asking for the video. And I'm talking about the request before I stopped giving it out. So I sent that out to 800-900 people. And mind you, I did this manually that I sent it out. I sent this out manually. 800-900 people over the course of 2 years. At the end of 2 years, back in November, I reached out to all those people. I individually, manually reached out to all those people. And I asked the question, what's your testimony? How has it helped you? How much has your credit score went up? How many things got eliminated and what didn't get eliminated? See, the point of it is now, one, here's my proof that the letter worked, even though I already know it does because I cleared a bunch of stuff off my credit. The second part of it is, you know, what areas did it not work? Because see, the credit score is always changing. The way they look at stuff is always changing. The credit rules are always changing. So I want to know if my letter needs to be tweaked more, which I did find out, but not through that is how I found out. Because you know why? Because out of the 600 people that responded back to me, not one had sent the letter in. Not one had done and followed the instructions. Not one. Went out to 800-900 people. Maybe some of the people who didn't respond did do it, but they didn't respond back saying they did. I would think that the people who did it would have responded back first, saying thank you, saying, oh man, let me tell you what happened. Oh, I done passed this on to about 5-6 other people. No. Everybody who responded said, well, I haven't had time. Well, I'm working on it. I'm gonna get to it. You know, I really need to do that, and I appreciate you sending me the letter. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes. It takes you 3-4 minutes to get your credit report. It takes you 5-6 minutes to add the information to the letter. It takes 10-15 minutes to do this. You mean to tell me in 2 years, you haven't had 10-15 minutes? In 2 years, you've been watching TV, you've been to the movies, you've been on Facebook, you've been watching YouTube, you've been doing all these other things. You've hung out with your friends, you went to your family, you had a Christmas party, you had a Thanksgiving dinner, you went somewhere, you hung out, you went for vacation, you did a whole bunch of other things. But you're telling me you won't do something that'll benefit your life? You want to go buy a house. The difference in getting a house with a 3% interest and getting a house with 7% interest is tens of thousands of dollars. You want to go get a car. The difference in the interest is thousands of dollars. it's a car payment of $300 and something or a car payment of $500 and something, and you don't have 10, 15 minutes. This is the difference between people who are successful and people who are failures. People who are successful, they understand that only 1% of the people are going to do what's necessary in order to have what they would desire to have in their life. It is not that you have a 1% chance. It is the mere fact that those who in the know, those who have it here recognize that all you have to do is do it. You just do it. You just do it. You get the letter, you just do it. You need to pull your credit report down, just do it. You don't have a computer, go find somebody who does and just do it. If you need somebody to help you print it out, go find that person to print it out. Go print it, go to FedEx and just do it. All you have to do is just go do it. But you won't. You won't do it. You just sit up there and just allow for time to pass by and keep complaining and let life deliver to you whatever it is that it delivers. The reason why you're afraid, I don't know what, I haven't quite figured out the human mentality when it comes to that part yet. Maybe I haven't figured it out because it's so foreign to me. I just don't get it. And when I find myself slipping, it angers me. And it makes me get angry at myself. I look in the mirror and I become sullen to myself and I cuss myself out and I tell you, look here, let me tell you what you're going to do, dude. What you're going to do is you're going to get up off your tail and you're going to get it done. That's what you're going to do. Because I don't know who you think you are, but you are Lorenzo Reed, and Lorenzo don't take that. Renz don't live life like that. So you best get your together and get it done. I get angry at myself if I feel myself slightly swinging to the left. We don't swing in the rhythm of that. But only 1% of the people will actually do it. You'll have an excuse. All those people, they got an excuse. They have an excuse. They have a reason. They have a situation. They got some rationale. It's just a bunch of excuses. I even had a person, I'm not going to name any names, but I'm going to start doing videos in response to some of these questions and things people say to me. Because some of y'all, your mindset is just batshit crazy. So I had somebody respond to me saying that, oh, I should go back and amend the video and say that the letter is no longer available and just take that part out. Well, I don't know how to amend a YouTube video, and I don't believe you can amend the video once it's already out on YouTube. But I put it in the description that I'm not giving out the letter anymore. But the fact of the matter is, that's not the part that bothered me. The part that bothered me is the fact that they continue on and say, I would have probably wanted to use your services, but since the letter is no longer free, now I don't think I want to use your services anymore. So you're going to go off and use somebody else's services who haven't changed their policies, when companies change their policies all the time. Companies change their prices all the time. And you mean to tell me that you're not going to use me even though I've proven to you that my information is valid? I've proven to you that I know what I'm talking about, but yet you don't want to use it because I changed my policy and there's this change that I actually mentioned? You're going to that makes no sense. And I will say this, that's one of the reasons why some communities don't ever grow. Is because we hold each other of likeness to a higher standard. And we may not be like, I don't know who this lady is, but we may not be. But you hold people to a standard that you know you wouldn't want anybody holding you to, nor do you hold other people to. That's the kind of mentality that I'm kind of glad that my services are not being requested, because that would get on my nerves. I don't deal with those kind of people. But here's the thing. Let me tell you what I did to bump my credit score, because I know you guys have been on here for, a good little 8 minutes or so. So let me go ahead and tell you what I did to bump my credit score. So there's a young lady who reminded me of something at the beginning of the year. Her name is, her Facebook page is called Tiffany Billions. So shout out Tiffany Billions. Go look her up. This young lady has a lot of great financial information. She reminds me of a bunch of information that I've forgotten about. She's very, very intelligent. I would say on a lot of subjects, she's more intelligent than I am as far as what is concerning. And the fact of the matter is, I have no problem pushing people in her direction to say, hey, if you want added information, you want some information that I may miss, go check out Tiffany Billions on her Facebook page. Great information. But here's the thing that I did. She happened to bring up and mention the fact that Navy Federal, since I was in the Marine Corps, Navy Federal has a thing called a pledge loan. Pledge loan basically works like this. I go into Navy Federal and I say, hey, Navy Federal, I got $1,000. I want a pledge loan for this $1,000. Take about 10 minutes for the young lady to fill out the information. By the time she's done, they take $1,000 out of my savings. They put it into a different savings. and they give me a check for $1,000 because it's a loan. So immediately I get my $1,000 back. So within 15 minutes, I've given them $1,000. They've given me $1,000 back. I put that $1,000 back into my checking account. So now I have access to the money that I had right then. And then a month later, but before I get there, the interest rate is so low that at the end of a year, I would have only paid it back in the end of a year. No, 2 years of paying it back. I would only have paid $24 in interest. $24 in interest for a 30-point bump in my credit score, because a month later, when they reported to all three, I got a 30-point bump in my credit score. Let me tell you how easy this is. I told my daughter, okay, your dad's in the Marine Corps, get your birth certificate, get everything squared away. Go to Navy Federal. Go to Navy Federal on your payday. Take the money out your checking account for your payday. Well, first go to Navy Federal, she opened up an account. Then I tell you, when you get paid, take all the money that you get paid, your whole check, go to Navy Federal. Because you can do this up to $40,000. Go to Navy Federal. Give them the whole paycheck. Because in 10, 15 minutes, they're going to give you your paycheck back. And then you can go and handle all your responsibilities. But just take your whole paycheck and go do it. How easy is that? Let me tell you something even better. All y'all getting these tax returns. Take your whole damn tax return. Go there, give it to them, let them give you your money right back to you. Now you're paying on this loan and your credit score is going up. And you have, let's say you're getting a $5,000 tax return. You go and do this with Navy Federal. Now you got a $5,000 line of credit that you establish. That's going to give you a bump on your credit score. All right, it's going to give you a bump on your credit score. And then here's the other thing. You can have it automatically taken out so that every time, boom, 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 it's taken out. Now you have a good standing, a good report, a good reputation. Good reputation with the credit bureau. And here's the other part. They reported, the first time they reported, I haven't made a payment yet when they first reported, but they reported me as in good standing. So that means that my credit score, it gave my credit score a bump up. Y'all getting these tax returns and y'all go running to get a car. You're going off to pay all these other bills. How about this? Let's say you got $3,000 in bills you need to pay. You're getting a $5,000 tax return. You take the $5,000, you go to Navy Federal, or your bank may have something similar. You go to your bank, you get this secured loan. They give you your money back immediately. You now got this good line of credit. You take the $5,000 that they just gave back to you. Now you go pay off the debt that's in collection or whatever you got, or if you couldn't get it removed, there's ways to get that removed. But you go ahead and take care of these bills. But you've established this $5,000 good line of credit. You'll be making good payments on it, and you've paid off these other credits, and you never lost a dime. You never lost a dime. You may pay what, $100, $200 in interest over the course of the years. So is that not worth a 30, 40, 50 point bump on your credit score? Is that not worth you being able to get the interest rate that is 3-4 points lower than what you would get right now, so that you save yourself thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, depending upon what you're buying? It's that simple, people. It's that simple. The question is, how many of y'all are really going to do it? Go to your credit union. Go to Navy Federal. Go to your bank. Find out who has programs like that and get it done. And get it done. Just do it. Get it done. So I hope this has been helpful. Well, I know this is helpful. I just hope that you guys will go do it. But I know that only 1% of the people are actually going to take this advice and make moves. The rest of y'all are going to say that this is great. The rest of y'all are going to complain. The rest of y'all are going to have excuses and reasons. But for those 1%, for that 1%, I say congratulations. For that 1%, I say you are the reason why I am here. For that 1%, I say I can't wait to see you, further down the race, further down the line, as we leave everyone else in the dust. For that 1%, I'm ready to do business with you. I'll be looking to do business with you. That 99, you'll go wherever the breeze blow you. But that 1%, let's ride, let's rock. So y'all have a great day. Remember, continue to support me on Patreon. Continue to hit that subscribe button. And remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Corny as all get out right there.